Here on the western coast of Scotland, Royal Troon, founded in 1878. To the south, Ailsa Craig. To the west, the Isle of Arran, just an Arran boat ride away. The sandy dunes blasted by the wind that comes off the sea. The comforting smell of jet fuel and ozone. The gentle roar of jumbo jets transporting travelers to spots around the globe. Here today, the British Open Championship. Welcome to our final round coverage of the Open Championship. I'm Bruce Rooster Boyster, here at one of the most storied and important tournaments in the sport. So historic, so prestigious, being played this year at Royal Troon Golf Course in Scotland. The story of the tournament so far? Monotonic ASMR. Away from the game for so many years, not expected to contend, yet he's in a four-way tie for the lead, with Spencer Crash, Fortnite Llewellyn-Boom, and Reggie Bang. They're all at even par after 3 rounds played. What an exciting finish we have on our hands here today. 18 holes to determine the winner of this year's Open. Let's send it down to my good friend and fellow booth commentator, Rory Harrison, for an update on the course conditions. We had a wet and windy first 2 days. The weather yesterday was relatively nice, allowing many of the golfers to clean up their scorecards. Today, mostly sunny, with a strong wind that definitely will factor into play. It's everything you'd want to see. A beautiful links course, a strong wind, and 4 terrific golfers battling it out for the win. And as the tradition in Scotland says, there can be only one. We're all set for a sensational finish to the tournament. Get settled in, viewers. Once this one starts, you won't want to move. Hole 1, seal. And occasionally you might see one on the rocks along the coast here. A 370-yard par 4. Monotonic ASMR to tee off first. And he hits a belter off the tee. Great to see him playing again and striking the ball well. It is amazing to see him play again. Golfers still carried 1-irons in their bags when he last competed. I used to watch this guy when I was in school. Fortnite Llewellyn-Boom teeing up on the first hole. And Boom follows suit. Is this golf or the world's strongest man competition? They're fighting that wind, so really putting their back into it. It just wouldn't be Scottish links golf without that wind blowing hard. Crash tees off. Puts a nice shot down the fairway, about 250 yards. Reggie Bang's first shot of the day. He doesn't hit it as far, but always puts himself in good areas. Plays the course with his brain as much as his hands. That lack of power can be a disadvantage, but by making fewer mistakes, he's always putting himself in a place to win. He's away. He'll play first. went with the wedge and more power, but it didn't give him enough. He'll wish he'd taken more club with the wind. Spencer crash with the 9-iron, it looks like. Crisp stroke. And puts himself in a great spot. Well struck. Monotonic lines himself up over this one. It's away. Brilliant shot. The bin needs to meet his new neighbor. Invite him over for a barbecue. That's right next door. Boom. From 80 yards. Llewellyn happy with that one. Bang. Lining up for the little chip onto the green. Oh, that's painful. It just skips out. He would have loved to have that one after missing the green on his second shot. Boom. No fuss, no muss. Sinks it. Crash has no trouble either from almost the same spot. Reggie should keep par here. Cleaning up after his missed chip. Should be an easy birdie for Monotonic. With an approach shot like that, a loud noise could sink it. His fans aren't helping him there. They're almost totally silent. It's true, Monotonic's fans appear almost sedated, whereas the other guys have a raucous party atmosphere brewing on every shot. Monotonic will tee off first here on hole 2, called Black Rock. Not happy with that shot at all. He opened with a birdie, but finds the rough along the left edge. He tried to muscle it against the wind. You just need solid contact. You fight it, you're going to lose every time. Like that. Boom just nails it. Sends it almost 280 yards right down the fairway. That majestic stroke reminds me of a Greek statue, the discus thrower, or Nike of Samothrace, classical perfection. Crash with his first. He's loading up. And guess what? You were just saying it. Tried to overpower the wind and he's joined Monotonic in the rough. Reggie bang. Well played there. He's not going to take huge chances, but it means he's always in the hunt. Now his second shot. Safely on the green. Spencer Crash playing out of the rough here. Struck very well with an 8-iron, and he's on to the green. A very nice approach shot. Monotonic with a very similar shot. And similar results, though he still has a bit yet to do. Great fairway lie here. Very, very smooth. It's a joy to watch. Great approach shot there from Boom. Reggie Bang has a very long putt here. 52 feet. Maybe pretty straight. What's it going to do, Rory? It is pretty flat on the green here, which gives him a chance, but it can be difficult to find a sight line. It's away. It's going. Would you look at that? You won't see many of those today. ASMR stands over a 34-footer. Maybe a little break on this one. The harder part is watching the guy in front of you knock one in from even farther. This is for birdie. Going left. It falls in. Great putt. The long ones are never easy. A little more than 20 feet here for Spencer Crash. Looking good. Oh, that is agony. He left it right on the rim. At least you're in the danger zone. A little gust of wind and it might have gone in. Crash cleans that up.
Really?
For birdie. And shockingly, Boom leaves it short as well. No excuse for that one. He's got to get all the way through the ball and give himself a chance. Taps that in for par, which sends us on to hole 3 here at Troon. This hole is almost 400 yards, but challenging due to the burn, that stream around 280, 290. You can try to carry it, but you risk getting wet, especially with a headwind like this. The hole called yaws, meaning drain. They'll be hoping not to drain their scorecards with an errant shot here. And Monotonic. Not bad. Rolling up towards the burn there. Bang takes a bit of a risk here, really getting into that shot, and it rolls up towards the stream, safely on the fairway. Boom sizes it up, the wind strong, in his face, but right to left, coming off the ocean there to starboard. Good shot. No trouble there. With a different wind, he's got the power to go over that, but safely played in these conditions. Crash. Did you hear that? Like the starter pistol at a foot race. I'd say he's headed for the water. Wow, he gets lucky. Tried to bite off more than he could chew, but the wind helps him, and he ends up perfectly placed at the end of that stretch of fairway. About 130 yards to the pin here for Bang. But he doesn't get the distance and the ball rolls back away from the hole. Boom, from nearly the same distance as Reggie Bang, will probably aim to the right and let the green do some of the work for him. You do have to be careful there. So easy to roll off the back of a sloped green like this. Would you look at that? You'd be forgiven if you thought that was going in. What a shot. That's why he's the tournament favorite. Who'd bet against him? Monotonic. Going with the wedge. About 125 yards. His lithe limbs swinging like elegant wind turbines, sending that naturally harvested energy down the links. Nicely played approach shot. Such a classic stroke. Just over 100 yards for Spencer Crash. He goes right at the pin, even with the wind. Nothing ventured, nothing gained. He's in a good spot. Reggie Bang has a long putt with a tough right to left break. No shame in lag putting this one. Goes for it,
That had to really
but doesn't get the read right.
Well,
He'll take par on the hole. Monotonic ASMR, eyeing birdie opportunity here. Just trying to read the break. And just gets it to drop. Just. That's luck. Don't let him pretend otherwise. Simple birdie putt for Crash here, thanks to that beautiful approach shot. And he's got it. Boom. Sets up for birdie about 4 cubits from the hole. He could almost breathe on it and make it after that silky approach shot. Nails it. A very nice birdie. Bang. He missed his first putt, but a pretty easy putt there to maintain par. Birdies from Llewellyn Boom and Spencer Crash leave them tied at 2 under. Monotonic has birdied the first 3 holes to take a 1-stroke lead. What a start to this final round. Here on hole 4, Monotonic hits a pretty cracking drive with that kind of wind. Finds the fairway more than 300 yards downrange. Now Llewellyn Boom. With a power stroke like the piston in a hot rod motor. A rare mishit from him. That's way out there in the agricultural zone. They're all trying to muscle the ball with the wind here. They need to settle down and let the club do the work. Spencer Crash. With a workmanlike shot, you can count on it to pay the bills. We watched his apprenticeship as a young man. Now we're seeing his craft as a professional. Reggie Bang from the tee. He put enough power into that shot to cause blackouts all over the grid. Lights out. It's on the fairway. Boom, second shot, playing from a county over. He's hoping a local farmer will come through with a harvester before he plays his shot. Rips into it, but can't get it back on the fairway. No field of dreams there. That first shot left him in the weeds, literally. Very tough to get out when you're bogged down like that. If you want a touchdown, you've got to keep that ball moving down the field. He's getting it done there. 289 yards, 3 wood. Stepped up with confidence and just keeps it on the fairway. Monotonic with his second shot. They're all having to deal with the headwind here. Yeah, he won't be able to reach the green. Didn't look like a great swing, but it ended up all right for him. Boom, still in the rough. Look at this, raw courage. He pounces on that ball and finds the green from the rough. From the fields of barley to the fields of gold. He's got a birdie chance now. Bang. He'll throw this up in the air with a little lob wedge. spin, stays on the green about where he landed it, but with plenty of work to do yet. Crash now. Strikes with such delicate violence. Air traffic control just radioed back that it was a perfect approach and landing. You can't turn your back on him. He'll sneak in and blast past you on the scoreboard. Monotonic, 40 yards. Eagle if he were to make it. Not a bad shot. Reggie Bang has a tricky long putt on the 4th green. He didn't find the right line. Makes par. You've got to birdie these par 5s to compete, especially since we've seen several so far. Boom. A 20-footer for birdie. Oh, he'll want that back. Can't quite save birdie after his battles in the foliage. About 9 feet here. Crash has no trouble with his birdie. His shot onto the green set him up for that. ASMR, from a good position, sinks his putt for birdie. Well, Monotonic has been out of the game, hasn't been seen on a major stage in years, and yet here he is, in the lead. He's one of the oldest golfers out there, but he's playing great golf. And if you play great golf, you have a chance. I mean, what a story. His caddy found him in a roadside bar, took him to a diner, got him some coffee and corned beef hash, a good slap to the face, and a few weeks later, he qualified for the Open. Who would have thought? The story continues on Greenan, the 5th hole. A 203-yard par 3. Honors go to Monotonic, again first off the tee. A well-played shot onto the green. He went up a club, really 2 probably, and it paid off for him. Crash setting up. What a beautiful shot. Take a pic of that and post it on your Instagram. That was on the money. Tick-tock around the clock. Now Fortnite. Crispy like Chex Mix. Just about lands it in the hole off the tee, but too much on it. Yeah, he needed to get more spin to kill that. It just kept going and going like the Energizer Bunny. Reggie will be feeling the wind in his face, the briny smell of ocean reminding him of the challenges that breeze brings. Good swing. Not bad, but also kept rolling past the hole. Boom, putts first. Makes it look easy. You feel he'll want to start asserting himself, lay some pressure on Monotonic, who's gotten off to such a hot start. And here over a very makeable putt. What a dream start. birdies on each of the first 5 holes. You have to wonder, can he keep it going? With his age, it would be easy to see him dropping off as we get deeper into this 4th day. A 10-footer for Reggie Bang. With winds this strong, they start to influence the putt. He compensated well, working with the wind there. This should be straightforward for Spencer. Another birdie, keeping pace with Monotonic, 1 stroke back. 4 birdies on that par 3. This is a tough crowd. We love seeing stellar golf, but I don't know if the Royal and Ancient will be happy to see so many birdies on a notoriously difficult links course. They might have to revise the course, but the round isn't over yet. They'll be playing a different direction of wind on the way back in. But first, hole 6, Turnberry, the longest hole in Open Championship golf. More than 600 yards, par 5. It broke many scorecards the first 2 days, but we saw birdies yesterday. Monotonic thumps it. Not a bad shot, but not sure that was what he wanted to do. On the fairway, about 300 yards. He'll take that every time. Spencer Crash in the driver's seat. The wind really gusting now. They're pointing right. What was he thinking? He'll spend a while searching for that ball. Maybe even take a drop. I don't even think the crowd saw where it landed. Bum rush the speaker that booms. He's pumping up the volume now. Reggie Bang. A solid, safe shot, but not nearly the distance of the other players. That's his game. It's not a power game, which can be an issue, particularly on some of these longer holes. But he's likely to make fewer mistakes as well, and that can be just as important for winning a tournament. Spencer Crash did find his ball. Not a great lie, but there are worse places to be on this course. Needs to be firm here to salvage anything. Got a hold of it and back on the fairway. Well struck. Bang still has 370 yards to go here. Beautiful swing, right down the center of the fairway. Sent that ball on a magic carpet ride. Llewellyn with the 3-wood for his second shot. You just want to avoid that bunker up on the right. Should be in a good position to attack the green from there. He will too. He's not afraid to win. Around 320 yards from the hole, fairway wood. Monotonic makes a solid strike here. I think he'll take that one. Crash just wants to get on the green here after escaping the rough. Which he does. he'll play this with a 5-iron. Another silky swing that puts him right in the center of the action. Boom lines up the approach. There's the aggression coming out, unhappy about those pars and attacking the pin here. He's so good at that. He knows what he wants to do, and his swing rarely fails him. Monotonic, pitching on to the green. And like an Olympic gymnast, he sticks the landing. As good as Boom's shot was, that was even better. The judges love it. Brilliant shot, perfectly in reach of the pin. Crash, 25 feet. Not an easy one at all. Makes the birdie putt, playing strong. Break out the hurdy-gurdy. Everyone is making birdie. Now, Reggie Bang has an easy birdie after his great work getting to the green. Boom from close range. Wow. You don't have to stress over putts if you just put the ball next to the hole with your approach shot. So true. He makes it look easy. It's not. Monotonic to answer. Has no trouble with birdie and holding his lead though. You wonder how his mental game is holding up. 8 is coming up, one of the most famous holes in the world. You know he'll be thinking about it. All eyes will be on him then. ASMR will tee up on the 7th. Announcer's curse. Not a great shot. That's exactly what we were saying, though. Spencer is keeping pace with Monotonic. Could exploit any missteps. Didn't get great contact there, but he's on the fairway. Fortnite Llewellyn Boom. An authoritative shot. And he's on prime real estate with a great view of the green. Is Thor the Norse god of thunder? That was a lightning strike. Just 3 strokes back. Very much still in this. And another well-struck ball from Reggie Bang. Crash. Hot shot part 2. I don't think there was as much wind there as he thought, and he rolled it long. Not bad, but not great either. Bang lines up his second. Strokes it well, right into striking distance for birdie. Boom with the wedge from inside 100 yards. What can you say about that? As good as it gets. Brilliant shot. The ball stopped dead. Positively catatonic. Monotonic. He's birdied every hole, exceeded every expectation. And then hits a shocker into the bunker. Didn't give himself a great look from the tee shot, and then just mishits it right into the sand. You have to think he's feeling the pressure now. The only advantage he has is that, coming in with no expectations, any kind of a result will be seen as a huge win. True, but only one player takes home the claret jug. He's on the slope up, right below the rim. That's a tough one. Can you even believe that? Luck or skill? I don't know. The form was good. You have to give him that. Saves his scorecard with that one. The other players have to be wondering what it'll take to get him to miss. Spencer from 15 feet. Not to be outdone, birdies the hole. Pedestrian 10-footer here for a bang. Gimme here for Llewellyn Boom. How did he miss that? They're all starting to feel the pressure. Cleans up for par, but that may be a key swing when Monotonic saves with that chip shot out of the bunker, and he only makes par from a very makeable putt. So Mono leads it, one stroke ahead of Spencer Crash. With the wind being what it is, I'm pretty surprised to see so many birdies. The course is playing surprisingly easy given the wind, though it's almost straight on, and going out is easier than coming in here at Troon. But really, what we're seeing is 4 players who are rising to the occasion. Look at Monotonic's scorecard though. 7 straight birdies. I don't know whether they found him at a bar, a nursing home, or an insane asylum. His game is crazy right now. If he hadn't made his comeback, he'd still be among the greats. He's really showing his mettle against these up-and-comers. Certainly one of the most exciting, unexpected, and compelling final rounds we've ever seen here. Can't wait to see how this finishes. And now we move on to hole 8, Postage Stamp, one of the most famous and challenging holes in all of golf. It's only 134 yards, but a tough green, well protected by bunkers, and today the wind is left to right across the hole. It's challenging, but he'll be feeling confident after his last shot. What went wrong there? That's the pressure. This is an intimidating hole. If that bunker catches your eye, all of a sudden it becomes your target, like just happened with his shot. 2 bunkers in a row. Crash will have his go at it. Too much on it, and that will make life difficult playing on the hill from the rough. It's the shortest hole in the Open Championship. It's not easy to get the ball onto the green here. At least he missed the bunker. Bang, ready? Look at that. A hole of this length, these guys should be able to hit the green in their sleep. On Sunday, it can be a different story, but he just focused on his shot and he nailed it. Last to tee off here, Llewellyn Boom. Left it a bit long, but still on the green with a chance. Now Monotonic has to play a difficult shot out of the bunker on the left. sunk his last bunker shot on 7. Lightning doesn't strike twice, does it? A disappointing shot, nowhere near the hole. Crash, playing out of the rough after missing the green. Very difficult body position uphill here. Given his lie, that's a pretty good shot. One he should be happy with. That's what pros can do in tough situations. Just knocks it in. Now Boom has a 17-footer to gain 1 on the scorecard. And he sinks it. He's turning it up as the others start to make mistakes. This is the hole to do it on. They'll feel that. Postage stamp. Signed, sealed, delivered. Bang has a short putt here. And he's missed. Should have been a birdie, but sends it just wide. Ouch. No other way to say it. ASMR chipped out of the bunker, 5 feet away. Can only manage par. Llewellyn Boom, the only one who birdies on the tricky postage stamp 8th hole. It puts him within 2 strokes of the lead. Mono goes for par, the first hole he's failed to birdie, if you can believe that. He was never going to sustain that. Now it's about damage control, making sure this doesn't turn into a slide or even free fall down the scoreboard. 1 hole to play on the front 9, the Monk. 423-yard par 4. A bit of a dogleg right on this hole, but Boom should feel confident here. He's finally leading off after a great birdie on the 8th. But he gets a bad bounce and finds the edge of the rough. ASMR off the tee, wind pushing briskly right to left. He seems to be feeling the effects of that last hole, finds nothing but rough. That's no way to stop the bleeding. Spencer has finally seen Monotonic falter. If he plays it cool, this may be his chance to seize the lead. His shot just sticks on the fairway. All of these players are still in the race, though. Smooth, crisp, and most importantly, accurate. Reggie puts it right in the center of the fairway. Don't make the game harder on yourself if you don't have to. Play high percentage shots. His second now from about 160 yards out. Hit nicely, but he can't find the green. Mono has to play his second from a challenging lie, going uphill from the rough. Maybe putting the par in parabola. Audacious to drive the green from there, but he made it. Long putt to manage, however. Llewellyn is just off the fairway here. A lie shouldn't be too bad. Look at that, Rory. That's why he's so good. In the rough, didn't flinch, shot a perfect approach right into a nice putting distance. If you're a young person learning to golf, just watch this guy. Crash, playing a 9-iron here. Safely on the green. Reggie bang at the edge, but he does have the wedge out. Just misses that short little chip. He wished he'd been on the green to start. 18 feet. Crash makes light work of that birdie putt. Finally grafted like a Fabergé egg. Mono from 13 feet, a bit of break. Didn't read that right at all. Off on pace and line. Boom for an easy birdie. He's starting to accelerate his game. Monotonic. Saves par, but gives up the outright lead. Bang just knocks it in for par. So after 9 holes, a tie at 7 under for a crash in Monotonic. Boom didn't quite keep pace on birdies, but brings himself into contention on those last couple holes. Surely he'll be the favorite to win over the next 9, just as he was the favorite coming in. I wouldn't rule out crash either. Everyone is excited to see Monotonic, not just back in the game, but competing at the top. The odds makers are realistic about his chance of holding on, though. Still, craft can really pay off in golf. Reggie Bang playing a strong game, not quite matching pace with the leaders on that first 9. A scintillating 9 holes played. Monotonic leads along with Spencer Crash, tied at a shocking 7 under. Fortnight Llewellyn Boom is just 1 stroke back. Everything's still to play for. Now, a word from our sponsors before we continue our coverage of the Open Championship.